If you love blackberries and you're like me and you picked up a bunch of cartons at the grocery store because they were on sale, you're not gonna wanna miss today's recipe. I'm showing you how to make blackberry pie 2 different ways. Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making blackberry pie 2 different ways. I'm gonna show you how to make it with a lattice topping and also with a crumble topping, and you can tell me which one you like best. For more delicious desserts and easy recipes, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get in the kitchen. For the crust, I will link my all butter pie crust up here. This is my favorite recipe. It's the one I always use. You can also use one from the refrigerated section of the store. If you're using a crumble topping and you're only using a 1 crust pie, go ahead and you can get a frozen crust if you want, just not a deep dish, a regular 9-inch pie shell. If you're gonna make the lattice topping on this, you will need double my all butter pie crust recipe, or you'll need 2 pie crusts from the refrigerated section at the store. 1 box usually has 2 crusts in it. All right, so go ahead and get that bottom crust in your pie plate, pop it back in the fridge, and let's deal with the topping. My favorite way of making any sort of fruit pie with a crumble topping. This is my all-purpose crumble topping, which I will link up here. I have another video about that. But today I'm gonna show you how to make it to top this blackberry pie. It's super simple and super good because there's so much butter in it. The crumble is just 12 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter, along with 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and a pinch of salt. Work that together with a pastry cutter until the mixture resembles small peas and is nice and crumbly. All right, and now that we are all ready, it is finally time to deal with the blackberries for the pie. The best part about this recipe is you can use frozen blackberries or fresh. If you're using frozen berries, make sure that they are thawed completely and drained really, really well before making your pie filling. And if you're using fresh, just kind of wash them, let them drain. No excess, any excess water is not great, so make sure that they're completely drained. No matter if you're using fresh or frozen, you need about 24 ounces, which is about 5 cups of berries. Put your rinsed and drained or your thawed and drained berries in a large bowl. And then to that, you're going to add 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then you can use a spoon or toss it together with your hands and immediately place that filling in your pie crust. Now, the key to making any sort of fruit pie is to make sure and have everything ready to go and waiting for you when you make the filling. I get a lot of questions from people about how to avoid having a soggy pie or a fruit pie that when you cut it, it just drains all over the plate. There's a few different reasons why that happens. One of them is that if you make the filling before the crust is ready or before the topping is ready, the longer it sits, the longer the berries and the sugar all kind of macerate like strawberries do. And that will cause more water or more juices to leak out of the berries, causing your pie to be a little bit wetter. So one of the things I like to do, one of the things I recommend is have your crust ready, have your topping ready, have your second crust ready, everything ready to go before you even make the pie filling. Let's top that pie with the lattice crust. I'm gonna link my lattice crust video here for a really in-depth tutorial. Today we're just gonna kind of touch on the main points of it, but that video will show you exactly what you need to do to make the lattice crust. Making a lattice is much like weaving a basket, same concept, but with pie dough. And if you wanna do a crumble topping, I'm just going to spread that crumble topping all over the top of the pie. Regardless of which one you use, go ahead and use a pie shield on this. I like to do that so that the outer edge of the crust doesn't get too brown. If you're using a lattice or a double crust pie, go ahead and brush it with some egg wash. It'll get nice and golden brown that way. I always like to bake my fruit pies on a cookie sheet just in case they spill over, because no one wants to clean that mess out of the bottom of their oven. And to prevent a soggy bottom crust, my trick is to bake it at 425 degrees for about 10 minutes. And then I lower the oven temp to 350 and bake it the rest of the way until the crust is cooked through and the crumble topping is browned or the lattice is browned. You'll notice it's done. The inside of that filling will kind of be bubbly around the edges, and everything will be nice and golden brown. Now I know it's really, really difficult, but you do need to cool the pie completely before you slice it. That's another trick to get it so it doesn't just run all over the plate. If you want it to hold its shape, let it rest and cool completely, even chill it before trying to slice it. Here is my pie. It is super pretty, that crumble topping. It's so, so good. Again, the crumble topping, I mean, I love a 2-crust pie because more crust is better, but that crumble topping has my heart. Let's slice this and take a look at the inside. This pie is absolutely fabulous. I know you're gonna love it. Use up those blackberries. You could even substitute any berry in this pie. Read the post for even more tips. Leave me a comment and let me know which topping you would use, and keep watching for even more pie recipes.